Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Virgo channel, and welcome to the Virgo channel if you're new to my channel. I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Note that energy is fluid. Most could be reversed. Always interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know if you're new to my channel, I like to go deep within my readings, so I like to look at everything that means. So we do look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play out as karmic themes within your experience. I like to do these type readings because they're very healing. They help you see why certain things are happening within your relationship, and they allow you to see how you're contributing to what's happening within your situation and what you can do to break the karmic cycle. So, breaking karmic cycles allows you to experience things that are going to be more in alignment with who you are today, the things that you want for yourself today and in the future. A lot of times when we go through traumatic experiences, we don't heal. And what happens is that other experiences may happen, but in the back of our mind, we went through a traumatic experience. We know what the experience was. We may even know how we contributed to that experience, but we don't understand why that situation keeps happening and why we keep on unconsciously creating the same experience. And so, in order to really heal the effects of trauma, it's not just about the awareness, it's about integrating the awareness, about going through the experience again, because we know that the experience again is going to happen just with different people because it's a karmic theme, but we have to learn how to handle it differently because again, we're down here to learn that we are not separate from God, and that is through seeing our situation through different perceptions. But we can only see ourselves through different perceptions when we integrate the shadows. When we've detached from these shadows, it means that we've rejected them. And so you just can't get rid of negative energy and say, well, I don't like that, it's gone. The only way to heal it is to integrate it. And that's to see the situation differently. And that means not just awareness, but to actually embody the situation, the new experience, to allow yourself to really see it. Because how you manifest is through the thoughts that you think and the emotions that you have, which is why to be able to ground the situation, to see a different outcome is imperative to break a karmic cycle. Okay, and I'm feeling like you're connected to someone that doesn't see that. They're in a place of disgust. But I just felt that kind of in the background. So you may be connected to someone that's not really doing anything. Like they're not coming towards you, they're not doing anything, and it's because they're like not happy. They're not happy with themselves, they're not happy with the situation. And we have to get to a place of like really disgust in order to change a lot of times. It's not bad, it's bad if we stay in that energy and we don't do anything about it. And I kind of feel like you're connected to someone that did do that. And they did that by drinking a lot. They suppressed their emotions. So they were able to detach. They were able to dissociate. But the thing is, it's creating a lot of physical problems now for them. So they can no longer avoid. So you may be like, I didn't feel that person for a long time. Yeah, well, they were detached. Now you may not feel them because they're sick. It's created, like you said, physical issues because of it. Like they may have ulcers if they drank a lot. They might have severe asthma and allergies if they're smoking a lot. Like there's some sort of physical imbalance that they went to the doctor and the doctor's like, you got better cut it out. Pride. So again, the word that you're going to write in your comment bar is pride. So again, you're in separation from a person because of their pride. If you want to know whether that person thought that they should come back, I feel like they thought about it I feel like they wanted to. I feel like they, justified, and mainly because they don't really want to surrender their ego. They knew if they apologized, they would actually have to change their behavior, and they weren't looking to change their behavior at that time. So there's a little bit of this energy. It's not just on pride because I didn't want to see you that way. However, I do feel like this person may return and act like that. Oh no, I was just, had to go through my process, when really it's like, no, you still wanted to keep to your behaviorisms and habits. It wasn't that you wanted to do anything, didn't want to change. No bounds. Like I said, they didn't want to change. Like, oh, always wanted to like be able to overstep, right? Come and go as they please, not be accountable for, have like be open to other things. Again, is to not growing, right? To literally just keeping and not growing the relationship either, but keeping you in a place of that. So this person was actually really selfish. Really selfish. Again, I'm putting on a false front, making it like that they didn't care for you as much as that I believe that they did care about you. I just feel like they were not in the place where they wanted to be in a committed relationship. And though they know that they should have apologized for certain things, because I feel like because this person felt like this draw to you, and they weren't ready to be in that type of relationship. And I don't feel like they're someone that's emotionally intelligent, someone that really feels comfortable in deep emotions, never mind having a spiritual connection, which I feel like doesn't really happen every day for this person because they don't allow it. They're not open to it. It's like, but when it's real, they can't help it. This is a divine connection that they have with you. They don't realize the type of connection that it is. And I feel like they didn't understand the connection that it was when they first met you. Um, and what the false front is, they were always coming from their ego. They wanted everyone to perceive, oh, I'm very desirable, I'm very successful, I'm over this. They were creating a persona. And I feel like this person, when they first met you, thought that you were naive, that, you know, like again, like now it's, I feel like they perceive you as like you're too busy for them. But I feel like at the time when you met them, it's like they always acted too busy to like give you time. Like I feel like it's a little bit of a psychological thing to be like, I'm important. They wanted you to perceive that they were really important and that you were not really as important. And it's like, and that they were too busy, to really give this the effort and the time. But it wasn't that. This person just didn't want to like be in that type of relationship. I feel like I'm not good enough for you. So it's again, I feel like they think that you're very serious. I feel like, you know, they always had a connection, but you know, in the beginning, they looked at you as like somebody that they could possibly hook up with. I have a connection to you, but I don't want anything serious. This would just be like a hookup. And then what I feel like is that this person over time was like, no, I could actually date this person. But what was more enlightening for this person is the way that they viewed you. I feel like they viewed you the way that they are, phony. They perceived you as someone to be, someone that was a little different, someone that beat their own drum, and they didn't see your vision. They didn't see your worth. And so now over time, where they're sitting there like, I cannot just see myself with this person. I can see myself married to this person. And, they see your strength. They see that, you're a better person than them because they see that you're loyal. You're loyal to friends, you're loyal to people like just in your life, and that you're a good person. And I feel like this person looked online to find something, or they talked to people. They might have even checked out your Facebook group. They tried to find something on you that was contradictive to really your character, because I feel like you have a few jealous people around you when this person might have asked those people and they wanted to believe that you were that person, which is another reason why they justified holding back, because they listened to the wrong people. And now they're looking at the people that gave them the advice, and they're seeing like that those people are jealous. And what they also see is that you're not nothing like that, but they've grown an attachment to you. They've grown now an emotional connection. It was just before a spiritual connection, and a spiritual connection without the emotional connection can just turn to passion, right? And a lot of times when the energies are so different too, it would repel, because these type of connections take time. This person held back, played games because they didn't want a committed relationship. But the whole time they're like comparing you to other people and not realizing that that's what they're doing. I need time. So it's again, this person knows that they played a lot of games. They also know that they're not the most trustworthy. I feel like they're like, is it just passion? Is it something that I can live without? This person like literally has gone through experiences that have not been good for them to ask themselves so many questions. Like they almost sabotage the connection right out of the gate because they're not, like they play games in the beginning. And then if you make it through that, then it's like, well, now I have feelings, but I don't really know how to approach this relationship. I don't really know how to approach this. Like almost like they get overstimulated. I feel terrible for hurting you. So at least like now what's happening is they're starting to realize that this connection is real. And now you've got their attention because you've held back from them for a long time. So it's like I was prideful, and but what's inevitable is that I'm still thinking about you, and it actually bothers me the way that I treated you. I think that this person, like again, normally doesn't care how they treat people. I check on you from afar, and that's what they said. They were trying to find out information, but I also feel like they are like always online trying to see whether you're started dating somebody else, whether you're talking to somebody else. So there's a sense that you don't really want to talk to them. And it's because they were like almost like they know that that the false front was that, oh, I'm this big person that's too busy for you, that that you should want to stay in this low energy with me, that you should let me come in and out of your life. Like they just treated you not like without respect, is what I'm feeling. And so they see that you see, and that this whole time their view of you has changed, the view of what they want has changed. Our story isn't over yet. So in their mind, like, because they're still thinking of you and they're saying that they're not getting over you, and I do feel like they can still feel an energetic connection. For them to think that your situation isn't over, my heart is opening to love and guiding me back to you. Like you said, this is what this person thinks. It's like because I think that they don't see anyone else in your life. And I feel like they're doing the healing that they should have done it for them, like because they feel bad. It's just they still need time to like figure out how to like come back. I miss you, like let's both stop running away. So this person, I don't really have felt that you ran away from them. I feel like they ran from you. You're coming into union. In this person's mind, they feel like you guys are getting back together. I need to move slowly with this, but trust that I am moving even when it seems that I'm not. So, what I see here is that this person thought that they were going to be a player. They put on a false front of trying to make you perceive you didn't do it, you held back, they held back, but the whole time they weren't really holding back, they were watching you. They were, they didn't leave. They wanted you to perceive that they left so that you would come back to them. And what they see is you're not coming back to them. What they see is that they still have feelings. And because they still have feelings, they're coming back to you. And I don't know why they think that you'll be free or open to them, but they do. Yeah, like I feel like right now they're doing inner child healing. There's a sense of you also might need to be doing inner child healing, but this is a past life karmic connection. Past lives are like influencing this connection. So I feel like your person lost you in a past life and they're coming back into this life and they met up again and there was a sense of them going to lose you again over pride. And I just feel like they, had time to run around and play and, compare you to other people and never saw themselves getting like this deep connection. So for those of you that want to know, why did you attract this person into your life? What do you need to heal? Because it's like, sometimes it's just like this. It's like, it's not like a big story. It's just person like didn't know what they wanted things their way. Um, Resilience, rebellion, and loner. See, I don't really think that any of these are bad. Like, I kind of feel like resilience is actually a good trait, and loner could be a good trait, and even rebellion can be a good trait because whenever we're trying to go up against, the odds, what's different, what we stand for, what we believe in, like you are seen as rebellious because you're not going along with the crowd. Also I feel like loner is that meaning I don't really care whether you like me or not. It's like this is what I believe. It's like I don't need to be strong with anyone. I'm strong on my own. And resilience is, yeah, like no matter how long you play this game with me psychologically or emotionally, you're not going to break me down. And I kind of feel like because you have this energy, this person actually, like, they saw you as weak. And they saw you as weak because of your inner child wounds. And now that's why this makes more sense. Because I was like, so that's it for the story. And like, and then, but really no, what it is that past lives are influencing your connection that they lost you before in other lifetimes, which made them afraid to lose you again. So they needed to heal. And so I feel like they had to heal from grief. They had to heal from what stems from grief. And I feel like that's why intuitively they're like, I've always felt this connection. You know that I've always felt this connection. I regret not being honest with you about this connection because that's how they ran away. And I feel like you ran away because you're like, I'm being rejected. You're not treating me the way that I want to be treated. It's like, so you close down. But this person, like I said, tried to say we can't, which is why they feel like they're coming into union. However, inner child, our inner children are crying out right now. We both need to comfort them and become the parents of our inner child. So I feel like for you, you attracted this person because there's a sense of not really feeling like you got anything positive traits from growing up in the environment that you grew up in because it was difficult. And it was difficult because you had one parent that no matter what you did, they weren't happy. They were very unhappy. They were just and they made life very difficult for you. I feel like they were unhappy because they had their own childhood wounds that they never healed and then got themselves into a difficult relationship. Now, they might have been married to an alcoholic. They might have been married to, again, somebody that was emotionally not available, someone that was not like, that didn't make them feel safe. So someone that was in and out of their life, or if they weren't in and out, they drank and checked out. They emotionally weren't there for this person that already was emotionally depleted. And as time went on, living in that environment, that person got more and more angry, more and more anxiety, made this person look more and more angry. And that person took their anger and frustration out on you, but that meant that you needed to become resilient. It meant that you needed to become strong and you actually needed to be a little bit rebellious because again, what how you were being treated wasn't right. And so you became a loner because relationships were difficult. So what this person didn't realize is that you held your ground. This person is changing because they they see your strength. They see, like, again, that you're not someone to mess with and that you weren't going to crumble. This person, I think, thought you were going to crumble. And you know, part of you not crumbling and showing such strength, I feel like made this person not feel as if you needed them. There's a sense of every time this person feels that people need them too much, there's expectation, and that expectation causes this person to sabotage themselves. But because you were able to detach from this person, that is what got this person's attention. And then they thought that they were going to hold back because of their pride. And then they acted like they didn't care for a little bit. And then what we see is unconditional love is that this person still had feelings for you. They were still thinking about you. They began to miss you. And again, that's how they knew that it was real. But what really, I think, made this person really see everything is because you, like, again, your inner childhood wounds are really strength that you didn't believe that you had. And I think that that's really the message here. And I love that because so many times, and where this person's waiting for divine timing. Time is healing our wounds and creating the perfect condition for our reunion. So this is person is they're coming back. It may not seem like they're coming back, but they're doing the healing that they need to do. And I feel like it's because what this person saw was that they were acting so immature. And what you showed was such strength and such resilience by, again, holding your ground, that you were like, I was not asking for anything. Like, I don't need you at all. I can be with you or I can be without you. I don't care. And that made this person, again, almost triggered their abandonment, but also made them think, oh, well, how sexy. Like, again, everything, like all these emotions started to bubble up because of these, like I said, utilizing these strengths that came from living in the environment that you grew up in. It was almost like this person's like, I can see myself with you, like this 1111. And this is why they feel like they're coming into union, because they were like, I always knew who you were. And it's not like I didn't have the connection. I downplayed the connection. I wasn't ready for the connection. I thought I could control the connection. I was in my ego, period. It's like, and really, like I said, they never came across somebody that held their ground and but like showed such softness sometimes, but also such strength. And underneath it all, like you have a lot of strength, and that's what they really admire, and that's what really makes them feel safe. And that's also what makes them feel like there's no expectation here, because they don't have any with you. It's like they were trying to control the relationship because they were afraid of the relationship. And again, didn't want the relationship. We're in a different headspace. Positive thinking. So it's, again, we always ask spirit, if you decide to be with this person, what is the energy that you need to like integrate? What should you look for? And really, it's positive thinking. It's like that this person is not perfect, obviously, and they're not really, for them to play so many games and in the beginning, and their process is a little different. Like you said, I mean, they had to hurt you in order to go through their process. So there will always be times in our relationship where our person hurts us because they're not perfect. We're getting that person to draw out our wounds, to show us our gifts, our hidden gifts that are lost. Because again, we've detached, disassociated from shadows, and those shadows are, just parts of ourselves that, like, not all the time are damaged. They're just parts of ourselves that we didn't look at as a gift in the time they were a survival mechanism. But we can see to think positively that out of every negative situation, there's a positive situation, and that we don't try to control the person, because again, this person's going to come in, they're not perfect, they're going to trigger other wounds. So you focus on the positive aspects of life, that you put everything else in the universe's hands. And the universe is God. You put the problems into that, and what winds up happening is that you you let what's supposed to happen, because everything's in divine order. What happens is that when we're in a relationship with someone that triggers us, it's a lot of times it brings us to a place of fear, then we react, then we try and control outside things, we try and control everything, and we make the situation worse. So, like you said, it's like you don't control your situation, because in this situation, you didn't do that. If you notice, you just didn't engage with this person. They were prideful. They played games. They held back. They thought that and it was really, I'll get to you when I get to you. Maybe, I'm not really sure. It's like you had to like stand your ground and what was okay and what wasn't. And you didn't control, though. You controlled yourself. And that's what Spirit's saying. It's like positive thinking comes when you control yourself. You don't control the person that you're with. You create change within your life. And when you do, your relationship gets better. This person, you triggered something with inside of them too. They expected something different. They had to look at their own behavior. They had to miss you. They had to, feel bad for treating you that way. They had to feel worse than their pride. See, pride is a strong emotion, and that blocks us from feeling sorry. But so you needed to be resilient. You needed to be like, I don't give a shit whether we're alone, together, we're back, we're forth. I don't care for this person to really see what they wanted, and that was seen as rebellious. But whenever we stand our truth, we're always going to go up against somebody. Whenever we do what's best for us, we're always going to go up against somebody. So it takes resilience. So when we come from a place that, again, tried to push us down, take our energy away, where we didn't feel love, where we didn't feel supported, well, again, there were gifts. That's we eventually don't care. It's part of the survival mechanism that we're gonna, you know, in the end, become, resilient, that we're going to become better versions of ourselves because we had to go up against people and become rebellious and to be a loner. They're all gifts. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Virgo, you let me know how you resonated. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.